If you're a diehard Browns fan and love breaking down the game like we do, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a blitz. In a twist that only the NFL offseason could conjure, ESPN's Jeremy Fowler has thrown out a bold, hypothetical trade that's stirring conversation across league circles and igniting the imagination of Cleveland Browns fans. The deal? A straight-up swap. Kenny Pickett for Kirk Cousins. On the surface, it sounds like something straight from the pages of Madden franchise mode, but dig a little deeper and the idea carries a scent of plausibility, at least enough to start a serious dialogue. With Deshaun Watson still recovering from an Achilles injury and no clear-cut starter emerging from Cleveland's crowded quarterback room, the addition of a veteran like Cousins could offer much-needed stability. But is this a legitimate possibility or just a juicy what-if to keep fans entertained during the dog days of the offseason? Let's look at the Browns' current quarterback situation. It's packed, to say the least. Deshaun Watson is the presumed starter when healthy, but he's still on the mend. Behind him, you have a resurgent Joe Flacco, who played hero last season, and two rookies in Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, both intriguing but raw prospects. Then in came Kenny Pickett, a recent acquisition who hasn't exactly lit the league on fire during his stint with the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is a QB room bursting at the seams, yet lacking a sense of certainty. Enter Cousins, a seasoned pro with Pro Bowl pedigree and a deep connection to Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski, thanks to their time together in Minnesota. Could this be the missing piece to push the Browns over the edge? Cousins has always felt like a natural fit in Cleveland. Not just because of Stefanski, but because the Browns have a roster that's ready to win now. The defense is elite. The run game is brutal. The offensive weapons are plentiful. What's missing is that steady hand under center. A quarterback who can command a huddle and deliver consistently. Cousins might not be elite, but he's solid. And sometimes solid is all you need. With Pickett still searching for consistency and the rookies not ready to lead, Cousins could be that calming presence in a room full of uncertainty. But that doesn't mean it's going to be easy or cheap. Here's where it gets tricky. Sure as here, Atlanta Falcons, Cousins' current team, have shown absolutely zero interest in eating any part of his hefty salary if he's no longer on their roster. That's a major snag. In Fowler's proposal, there's a scenario where the Falcons would front $17.5 million of Cousins' guaranteed money for 2025, essentially subsidizing Cleveland's quarterback upgrade. It's a nice idea in theory, but Atlanta's front office seems adamant. If Cousins is leaving, the new team better be ready to foot the entire bill. That's a hard sell for the Browns, who are already pouring mountains of cash into their quarterback situation, with most of it tied up in a player who might not even take the field this year. Think about it. Deshaun Watson is making top-tier QB money while sidelined. Joe Flacco isn't playing for peanuts either. Add in the cost of Cousins' contract, and suddenly you've got a financial headache, no matter how enticing the idea might be. Cleveland would have to weigh the cost against the benefit. Can Cousins really elevate this team that much? And if the answer is yes, are they willing to swallow yet another massive quarterback salary to make it happen? It's a classic high-risk, high-reward dilemma, one that could either push them deeper into the playoff picture or blow up in their face with financial regret. Still, there's a history here that's hard to ignore. Cousins and Stefanski built something solid in Minnesota. There's a level of trust and familiarity that could allow Cousins to step in and contribute right away, bypassing some of the usual learning curve that comes with switching teams. That kind of plug-and-play value is rare, especially this late in the offseason. And while it's true that Cousins stirred the pot by visiting several restaurants in Cleveland earlier this year, seemingly dropping hints of interest, there's a big difference between flirting and putting a ring on it. Are the Browns ready to commit, or was it all just a friendly reunion tour? For Cousins, the situation in Atlanta has gotten murky. After signing a big deal to be the guy, the Falcons shocked everyone by drafting Michael Penix Jr. in the first round. It was a clear message. Cousins might be the present, but he's not the future. That creates tension. That creates opportunity. Atlanta could view Pickett as a more cost-effective backup option to groom behind Penix while offloading Cousins' contract to a team desperate enough or confident enough to take it on. That team could be Cleveland, if they believe Cousins is their best shot at making a deep playoff run in 2025. But here's the brutal truth. Unless the Browns front office looks at their quarterback room, Pickett, Gabriel, Sanders, and Flacco, and says, we have absolutely no shot to win with this group, it's unlikely they'll make a move this drastic. Even though none of those names scream franchise savior, they're all cheap, controllable, and offer upside in their own ways. Throwing more money into the fire might not be the smartest play, especially when you're already burning a fortune. On Watson, sometimes the best move is no move at all, even if the noise outside the building is growing louder by the day. Still, it's the NFL. Crazier things have happened. The Browns are no strangers to quarterback drama, and if there's one franchise that might just say screw it and roll the dice, it's Cleveland. With a Super Bowl caliber roster that's aging by the minute, the urgency is real. Time waits for no team. If Cousins becomes available and the price is right, don't be shocked if Andrew Berry and Stefanski pick up the phone. And if they do, well, the entire AFC better buckle up because the Browns might finally be done playing it safe. Enjoying the content so far? Smash that like button and drop your take in the comments. We want to hear what you think about the Browns this season. Ladies and gentlemen, football fans around the world, brace yourselves because the NFL community is absolutely buzzing right now. The rumor mill has gone into overdrive after reports surfaced that Odell Beckham Jr., yes, OBJ himself, has officially signed with the Cleveland Browns. That's right. The iconic wide receiver known for his jaw-dropping one-handed catches and electrifying on-field presence is set to make a sensational return to the Dawg Pound. This potential move has ignited a frenzy among Browns fans who are already dreaming about what this could mean for their team's offense in the upcoming season. While official statements from the franchise are still limited, multiple sources close to the situation have hinted that the deal is all but done. Could this be the move that finally propels the Browns deep into the playoffs? The excitement is palpable, and it's time to unpack everything we know about this blockbuster development. Now, let's take a quick trip down memory lane. OBJ previously had a stint with the Cleveland Browns from 2019 to 2021. And while there were flashes of brilliance, injuries, and chemistry issues with then quarterback Baker Mayfield, somewhat hampered his impact. Fast forward to today, and the circumstances are completely different. The Browns have retooled their offense, with Deshaun Watson now firmly entrenched as a starting quarterback and a solid offensive line to protect him. Fans are already fantasizing about the chemistry between Watson and Beckham Jr. Could this pairing be the spark that reignites OBJ's career and gives the Browns the elite passing attack they've been chasing for years? The possibilities are endless, and social media is absolutely ablaze with speculation, memes, and enthusiastic reactions from fans and analysts alike. What makes this rumored signing even more intriguing is the timing. Beckham Jr. has spent this past few seasons hopping between teams, including that memorable Super Bowl winning run with the Los Angeles Rams in 2021. After a brief tenure with the Baltimore Ravens, where he showcased glimpses of his former self, many experts wondered where he'd land next. The Browns weren't at the top of most people's lists, but here we are, potentially witnessing a full circle moment for the superstar wideout. This speaks volumes about how much both the player and the organization believe in each other. Could it be that OBJ feels he has unfinished business in Cleveland, or is this simply the most lucrative and strategic move available for him at this stage of his career? Either way, it's a seismic shift in the NFL landscape. From a tactical standpoint, adding Odell Beckham Jr. to this Browns offense could be a game changer. With Amari Cooper already serving as a reliable WR1 and Donovan Peoples-Jones emerging as a solid complementary piece, the addition of OBJ could create one of the most formidable receiving trios in the AFC. Defenses will be forced to pick their poison. Double team Beckham and leave Cooper or Peoples-Jones with favorable matchups, or try to contain them all and risk getting torched. Not to mention the Browns' elite running game, led by Nick Chubb, would only benefit from the added aerial threat. Imagine play-action passes with Watson faking to Chubb, only to unleash a deep bomb to a streaking OBJ. The tactical versatility this signing could bring is mind-blowing, and it's no wonder Browns fans are collectively losing their minds over this potential reunion. But let's pump the brakes for a second. Is this really happening? while multiple insiders have reported that the contract is signed and sealed, there's still a shroud of mystery surrounding the specifics of the deal. Rumors suggest it's a one-year prove-it deal laden with incentives, allowing OBJ to showcase his health and productivity before possibly securing one last big payday. Others claim it's a multi-year commitment, signaling the Browns' long-term investment in Beckham's talents. Until the official press conference or team statement drops, we're left piecing together the breadcrumbs. That uncertainty only adds to the intrigue, making this one of the most captivating off-season storylines to emerge in recent memory. The NFL thrives on drama and speculation, and this saga is delivering both in spades. Adding another layer to this story is the reaction from Beckham's fellow players and peers around the league. Several stars have already taken to social media to either congratulate OBJ or cryptically hint at big moves on the horizon. Deshaun Watson himself reportedly liked and commented on a few posts related to Beckham's potential signing, further fueling speculation that this partnership is not just a rumor, but a reality. Players know when something's cooking, and their online breadcrumbs often tell a story long before franchises make it official. Could this all be part of an elaborate PR buildup? Possibly, but the signs are pointing to a real deal that will reshape not only the Browns' offense, but perhaps the entire balance of power within the AFC North. And we can't forget the fans, the heart and soul of this sport. Browns Nation has been waiting for a sign that their team is all in on winning now, and this rumored move is exactly that. Social media platforms are flooded with fan art depicting Beckham back in the iconic orange and brown, videos of his previous highlights in a Browns jersey, and even clips of fans celebrating in the streets. For a fan base that has endured decades of mediocrity and heartbreak, this kind of high-profile acquisition represents hope, excitement, and a legitimate reason to believe that the franchise's fortunes are turning around. Whether OBJ ultimately lives up to the hype or not, one thing is for certain. This move has reignited passion and belief in Cleveland like few others could. On the flip side, not everyone is convinced this is the right move for either party. Critics argue that Beckham's injury history and off-field distractions could pose a risk for the Browns, potentially disrupting the cohesion they've been striving to build in recent years. Others question whether OBJ can still perform at the elite level he was once known for, or if those days are now behind him. The NFL is a what have you done for me lately league. And while Beckham's talent is undeniable, some wonder if he's more name than game at this point. For the Browns, this could either be a masterstroke of strategic roster building or an ill-fated gamble that backfires spectacularly. Only time will tell. But the debate itself is making this rumored signing all the more fascinating. Meanwhile, analysts and insiders are already recalibrating their projections for the upcoming NFL season. With OBJ potentially back in Cleveland, many are bumping the Browns up in their power rankings, viewing them as legitimate playoff contenders, perhaps even dark horse Super Bowl threats. The AFC North is already one of the toughest divisions in football, with the Ravens, Bengals, and Steelers all filled in competitive squads. Adding a weapon like Beckham could give the Browns the edge they need to not just compete, but dominate. Vegas odds makers have reportedly begun adjusting the Browns' Super Bowl odds in response to the rumors, reflecting the broader perception that this move, if confirmed, could significantly alter the team's trajectory. It's amazing how one player's arrival can cause such ripple effects across the entire league ecosystem. In conclusion, while we wait for the official confirmation from either Odell Beckham Jr. or the Cleveland Browns, one thing is certain: this rumor has captured the imagination of the football world. Whether it's pure speculation or an imminent reality, the mere possibility of OBJ returning to Cleveland is enough to set the NFL offseason ablaze. It taps into themes of redemption, unfinished business, and the ever-present allure of the underdog. Narrative. For Browns fans, it's a chance to dream again. For Beckham, it's potentially the perfect stage to remind everyone that he's still one of the game's most dynamic playmakers. And for the rest of us, it's yet another reason to love the NFL, a league where surprises lurk around every corner and where the offseason can be just as thrilling as the games themselves. Stay tuned. This story is far from over. Thanks for riding with us on another Browns Blitz. If you like the video, share it with a fellow fan, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you're always part of the Dawg Pound conversation. Go Browns!